Sid Kumbla, very clear by the advertisement on your chest. You're headed to Columbia. Today, you went out to future teammate Sam Mullis. What's your excitement to have that level of a bouting partner each and every day in your room?
Well, definitely Sam's a great fencer, and basically getting to fence him every day for the next 4 years is going to be a great experience for me. And we go back and forth, so it's always nice to fence him, and it's just a great bout, and I'm really excited to what the future holds for fencing.
Now shifting to the focus of you exclusively, what things are you doing in your fencing, or what did you do in your fencing that you felt brought you to this level where you're competitive not just nationally but internationally?
I feel like just grinding and training really hard is what makes you the better fencer that you are today. But specifically, I do a lot of mental preparation and physical training at home, so that really helps me. And our Silicon Valley Fencing Center has a really tough regimen of training, so we're known for just pushing our fencers to the limits, and that's what gets our fencers to what they are today.
Yeah, and of course, you guys, you again keeping it on you, you demonstrate such like creativity and dynamic fencing in your actions, but you're also extremely explosive and powerful. Where does that come from?
Well, our coach, Coach Alexei Murgan, he and Maxime Petrov, they both teach us different styles of fencing. So necessarily, we don't all have the same style. So Jeffrey is much faster than me and more of a straightforward fencer, while I'm more out here and do more flicks and stuff like that. So that really, it's different fencing, but he tailors each lesson to our fencing in general. So my lesson has more of my style in it, and his lesson has more of his style in it. And we create our own styles, and that's what gets us to get so like dynamic and different from each other, and it makes us a threat when we're here, I guess.
And with that forward fencing, what are the actions you most try to get to in a bout, or are you just reading your opponent?
Well, usually I come in with like a prepared actions. Like for example, I'm known for like pulling my arm out way far and then waiting, and then my favorite parry would obviously is parry 4, and people know about that, but like I can mix it up to include the parry and not include the parry. I have a lot of actions I like to include, but usually I just stick to my fencing, and whatever the opponent does, it's going to be the same for me no matter what.
Awesome. And on the defensive side of things, I mean, how would you describe your fencing in offensive, defensive terms?
Well, obviously, I think I like to attack more. My defense, I compare my defense to not as strong as my offense, but I still like to mix it in both. Like, it depends on what the other fencer's doing. If the other fencer likes to attack more, usually I'll start attacking just to get that against him. But I tailor my fencing to the other fencers, but it's always my own fencing. Like, I won't change a technique or change an action. It'll be either my defense or my offense. Usually on the defense, I can mix it up with a lot of like dynamic stuff, and the offense, I like to take it a little bit slower than usual other fencers, but that's just me, and like it's definitely different. Some of my teammates go much faster, and some of my teammates are much slower.
What are you working on right now to try and bring into your game that might not currently be present?
I feel like my point control could use a little bit of work, and basically going into World Championships, I really want to have a better point control, so when I'm there, it'll be not just really big actions, but really small actions too, so I can mix them up. So I'm trying to get point control in, and I feel like my speed in my hand is pretty good, but if I mix in point control really well, I'll have a good experience at fencing World Championships.
All right, well, with Worlds just a couple months away, best of luck and happy training.
Thank you.